welcome back to Total Spotfest. This is JJ Brownlee. That is Jamie Faulkner. We are coming back at you with another episode here. We had the cutest Dynamite last night we're going to get into. We have a bunch of things coming up here have been announced for Journey Pro. Impact's gearing up for their 20-year anniversary. We got a 3-year anniversary of All Elite Wrestling next week. We got Jamie's, I'm not going to say the number, anniversary of being on the earth here in a very short order. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us. We do truly appreciate it. I don't just say that. We really do appreciate it. If you want to leave us nice words down below, please do that. If you want to leave us bad words down below, absolutely do that. I want to get like I don't know if it's a sadist in me or what, Jamie, but I'd love to get like just a heat session going on between some people in the chat section.
Like a hot take, take,
Yeah, just like hot take. Maybe Heather, if you're listening, just start picking at us. I don't know, but comment down below. Whatever.
So speaking of Heather, I want to give her yet another shout out on here. Go to her channel. She's got a lot of good stuff. Like she's doing this like horror event thing. Like she just got into Cosmic Horror too, which I'm a big fan. I'm a H.P. Lovecraft just nerd.
You what? No, shut.
Right. Well, she happened to read one of the books of blood. You know, she read about what Hellraiser is based off of. Man, I got really excited. But anyway, she's like get me want to read. As soon as I get this kid graduated tomorrow and get through some of this stuff, I'm gonna probably end up picking up a book again. But yeah, no, like definitely if you want some good book reviews, listen to Heather the Librarian. She brings it very well.
She is our good friend. I'm actually going to give you a link down below. If you're first time listening, you're into horrors and stuff like that, click on our friend Heather. Listen to her.
Like,
give her a
subscribe,
follow.
Comment.
And if you're doing that, do that for us as well. You know, give us a subscribe.
Appreciate you.
You can just holler at us on Twitter too. Jamie loves getting in Twitter wars on Twitter at Total Spotfest. For those of you who,
especially if you like Lord of the Rings, just know I'm coming at you.
I don't know what it was, but was it last weekend or I don't remember when it was, but I think it was after last week's show. Jamie and Heidi took their kind of, brother sisterly kind of poking about Lord of the Rings to another level that I think she is actually going to kick your ass when we see her next. I legitimately do.
Man, I hope, because this has been a lot of fun. Like I can do this forever. Like no matter what you say about Lord of the Rings, I will always go back to the fact that trees fucking walked the movie. 42 minutes of expansive walking in the first movie, and in the second movie had like 43 minutes. It's like it's ridiculous. Like I don't need to see people walking that much. I just need to see cool shit.
And I just love the fact that Walter seemed to kind of sanction it too. So
yeah,
let's see.
And she agreed to the terms of my cinematic movie, my cinematic match. So
your cinematic recreation of Lord of the Rings as a wrestling match. Well, anyway,
walking everywhere.
Follow us on Twitter if you don't already, because Jamie pretty much runs the Twitter, and I pretty much handle the YouTube things, and he gets into wars. It's fantastic. It's good. And I like to be that. I'm the guy with the stick poking. I pop in and go boop boop and run away.
I'm positive for 99% of it, but then every now and again somebody gives a hot take. I'm like, that's dumb, and then I just go for it.
Well, that's a fabulous segue here, because speaking of dumb segues, we have talked ad nauseum about the internet wrestling community. Sometimes we're awesome. Sometimes the collective out there is not. And there was a lot of that latter that happened earlier this week. For those of you longtime listeners or followers know, we've pretty much given up on WWE. We still, we'll grab a nibble here and there, something. And, something that definitely came across the news wire that happened from this past Monday was Sasha Banks and Naomi literally dropping the belts on Jim Laurinaitis' desk and walking out of Raw in the weirdest way that it was handled. And I want you to kind of go over it, talk about it a little bit here, and give me your thoughts because I have a few thoughts, but I want to hear your take on it first, Jamie.
So there are reports, and that's the big thing. There are reports right now that there was something brewing for months, but it really came to a head at Monday Night Raw. Basically, they're wanting to split up the tag team, and both those women would be in the main event of the next pay-per-view, which is awesome.
That's cool.
One
Sure.
would be facing off for the Raw Championship. The other one would be facing off for the SmackDown Championship. But both of them would lose because they're really wanting to make the championships look stronger than they are. Like, because Ronda Rousey, I guess, needs the love, but whatever.
Yeah. Shit.
But then it just basically diminishes their tag team championships, and they were very adamant about that whole thing. Because I guess they were supposed to be in a six pack challenge. And
Was the main event
Naomi was
supposed to be?
Yeah, it was the main event, and Naomi was supposed to go over, but like they had some issues with that, and they just had issues with creative in general. And they're like, you know what? No, we're done. We're done. This is stupid. We're out. And that is the report that is out there.
Okay.
The shocking piece of this, and this is where I want to get your thoughts on this, is like the internet community and me as well. I'm in this camp. Finally, somebody standing up against the shitty creative. They're the reason I quit watching WWE. 100%.
Well documented.
But
yes, absolutely.
We have been on that bad bandwagon of, their creatives got awful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, reports are out there saying that no one is behind Sasha and Naomi about this. And that's the thing that surprises me because I think it's and I want to get your opinion on this because right. I think this is what I think. I think it's a matter of them not wanting to upset somebody and go get just put into catering because they would become the source. And also, I think it's a little bit of that everybody's kind of over Sasha's shit because she's done this before, but not like dropped belts off and walked away.
Okay, all right. I'm going to circle back to Sasha in a second here, but from what I had heard, because truth be told, like we said, we don't watch this, so we're kind of like, why are they trending? What's going on? And then we find out, right? So I was watching a couple guys from Fightful were talking about this, and I was just kind of trying to get the details about it. And like you said, JB, reported, we know that they weren't on there. They definitely did walk out, but we don't know all the specifics, both sides. So, but reported that there's big heat. There's been heat on Sasha for a while, and there's heat on Naomi anyway, which is ironic considering her husband's, one of the Usos. I'm sorry, twins. I can't keep them straight. Jay, thank you. I'm terrible at that. I have cousins that are twins, and it took me probably 20 years of my life to be able to finally tell them apart. Not gonna lie, it was funny. But the interesting component to me in all this is how they handled it, because and I'm not trying to pull this card out early, but Jeff Hardy walked out of a live show and they didn't address it publicly or anything like this, and then they quietly kind of did the whole he got released in this and that, right? Toni Storm, same thing, walked out, asked for her release. They didn't release a statement. They didn't do dick nothing on that. Several other examples, if you would. Sasha and Naomi do this, and we all know they change their plan on the fly every goddamn week, right? They could change that easily. A 5-pack challenge for number 1 contenders. Easy. Done, right? Whatever. But they actually address it online, paint them to be the bad people. Corey Graves reads a very Vince McMahon-fed batch of big-sounding words on live TV, burying Sasha and Naomi, and then they release a Twitter, the actual statement about that, which all of that right there, having, the main announcer, Jimmy What's-His-Face, Corey Graves, and the statement is very un-WWE about how they handle this type of discrepancies thing, right? That's the part that gets me the most. It's like, and I don't want to say it's because they're black women, but common denominator, right? So
I would sincerely hope it is not about race for Sasha and Naomi's
I hope
sake,
so.
and
I
honestly
hope
for
so.
WWE's sake. But Jesus, like if this is in fact, they're getting vilified because of the color of their skin, like I'm 100% done with WWE,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll never ever talk about them ever again.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I don't want to, I didn't want to pull that card out, but it just, you can't overlook it, you know. And yes, WWE's had, you know, Bobby Lashley and Big E as champions in the last year, and you know, Bianca Belair is a current women's champ. And so I'm not trying to say that they're all racist, you know. They're old school big, old school, good old boys club, but I
Yeah, that's
don't
for sure.
know. To me, that was weird, though, right? You know, 'cause for them to like actually address it on air, that's not a WWE thing to do. They usually keep that shit in house.
Yeah, and the fact that they just put it out there like it was nothing,
Mm.
like just a straight bury, like legit WWE buried them
And, I th-
right then and there.
and the rumor that I heard about this to talk about like the locker room is that the reason they did that was more not just to bury them, but more to get the talent against them, get the rest of the
Mm.
locker room against them. Talk about how they weren't willing to compete against some opponents. They didn't say who. It
Which
could have,
reports are that it had nothing to do with it.
yeah. I think it was more about them having to face individually at Hell in a Cell, and you know Vince McMahon hates tag teams.
He does,
John Laurinaitis
admittedly.
doesn't like women wrestling, which is ironic as hell considering who his daughters are. um,
That matters.
yeah, and a women's tag team division is probably never a good idea for those two to run. So here's my last bit about Sasha, and you tell me about this because I don't want to speak for Naomi. And I don't know if this means they're done or if they just gotta walk away and cool off, and we'll figure it out, right? But I mean, Sasha Banks is on the Mandalorian. She's
Not next season.
well, but she was. She's
Mhm.
in the ethos there. That's all. That's just one program. And I haven't heard anything bad about her on set or around production or any of that nature. Heard quite the opposite. So one can surmise that there's Hollywood potential for her anyway. She could just take her ball and be like, screw this, I'm just gonna go do acting, right? And maybe that's a better move for her, right? I don't know. I mean, what do you?
I mean, she's uber talented.
She
She's
is.
gorgeous. She's got everything that Hollywood wants.
Yeah.
And she's proven that she can act in some some level,
It's a
and
minor role. Yes, I know, but
she might not need to wrestle again. And that's one of the things too, like she loved wrestling. I don't know if she loves wrestling now. Um, I could easily see her doing AEW because she's had so many damn friends and links over there right now. If it were to happen, I don't know about Naomi will crawl back to WWE and be fine. Like she'll come back with a tail between her legs just because her husband's there, everything
yeah,
like that.
her husband is a
Like,
cornerstone.
and it sucked, and that
Group.
honestly sucks for her because I like the fact that she's sticking up for herself, but she'll end up just going back. And crawling back's not the best terminology for it, but it's one of those things like she'll end up going back because of everything there. And I feel bad because she's standing up for herself, and then basically she'll be like, okay, I'll go back. Like it's that girlfriend boyfriend that always says I'll change, and next thing you
And they
know,
never
we're
do.
doing the
Yeah,
same damn
the
thing.
same thing.
You
Yeah.
know,
Well,
I'm afraid that that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna woo her back, and then it's like she's got a job out for Charlotte Flair for the 327th time.
yeah. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm with you. I'm legitimately proud that they did stand up,
With
but
them.
without them being so blunt as being like, "Fuck you, bitch," we'll see. We'll see. They could very well be next week back on Raw. Who knows?
So it'd be a giant work.
From what I heard, it's not.
I've heard it's definitely not too. Like from everybody,
I've heard that,
Alvarez, everybody is like,
right.
Nope.
Because if it was a work, they definitely wouldn't have addressed it the way they did on air. So yeah, we shall see. Let's shift. Let's talk about a wrestling promotion that we do fully participate in. Our favorite local promotion, Journey Pro. So Journey Pro has been making announcements. We got on the 27th of this month, which would be, is that a week from tomorrow? That's a week from tomorrow.
Week from tomorrow.
Oh wow! I need to make sure. I need to make sure. I was gonna take a half day that day. So anyway, week from tomorrow, GA tickets still available. Front row's gone, unfortunately, but GA tickets still available. They still don't have chairs. We don't know. They're maybe in the Pacific. Maybe they're in en route. So bring your favorite chair, but no, tickets still available. This week they started to announce some matches. So I don't have them in front of me, but you do. Why don't you let us know, what is the card thus far announced for Journey Pro?
So far, they haven't announced a whole lot, but they've announced some good ones for sure. So they announced that the Premier, the young and upcoming tag team of just, they're really damn good, going against the first family or the first couple of Zello Pro and Freelance Wrestling and GPA and Laney Luck. So looking forward to that one because Laney has always been really good, but she is like taking herself to a completely different level lately. So that's gonna be really exciting to see.
She's gotten away from like the party unicorn into still similar, but of a more not as cartoony thing. I think that's done wonders for her personally. So
yeah. Next we have local favorite he's currently in Georgia, but whatever. Darian Bankston. Darian Bankston going against Ring of Honors Cheeseburger. Dude, like the fact he calls himself Cheeseburger, and I've seen him on Dark. He was on Dark recently and watched some old Ring of Honor stuff. Dude's good. This is gonna be sneaky good.
I don't think it's gonna be sneaky good, honestly. I think the internet's amped about this, and I think that but I was not expecting that. Out of nowhere, they pulled Cheeseburger out of their pocket. I was like, what?
Then after that, you have the newly formed faction of the Reckoning of Jeremy Wyatt and Luke Langley, who almost tapped out to a Chicago crab. Going against Thumbs and Buns. I feel like that's the swan song for Thumbs and Buns. This is the moment that Buns turns on Thumbs. And then the Howlets come into play. Then you have that triple threat. It's very obvious.
I'm with you there. I think it's going to be a very undesired triple threat on the Howlett's part, but
I agree. They're gonna be dicks about it, which is gonna make it that much better.
I mean, after I saw Micah's recent tattoo, I agree with that. They can be dicks too. MIZ. That's okay. I do want to say there may or may not be a Photoshop coming of this new tag team, the name, with a very specific facial covering on both of them. Could be. I don't know.
The Reckoning?
The Reckoning.
What facial cover? Oh, yeah. God. You're not going to... There's no slapjack or tire iron or anything like that. Speaking of bacteria.
I'm sorry. I feel like I have to. I saw that. That's the first thing I thought of. I'm
right there. I'm right there for it because I've already gotten into it with Jeremy White about Lion Tamer.
Just saying.
Just saying. So speaking of the Howlets, they will be in action as well. They're gonna go against Team Hair, is what I'm calling them. Aquanet and the Perminator. So Dallas Cade and Sam Beal of Impact fame, going against the Howlets. Looking forward to this one. I'm gonna start saying my prayers for the family of Dallas Cade and Sam Beal because they're gonna get killed.
They gonna get killed. Dallas is looking for new hair advice, by the way. If you don't follow him on Twitter, he's asking. He's up in the air if he wants to do something different with his hair. I suggest a hot pink mohawk, of course, but
That's not hair metal. That's just punk. He needs to tease it. Like it needs to be teased and big.
Okay, you need to respond to him on Twitter. Let him know that.
Teased and big. All right. Well, after that, they did announce one more match,
which I feel is going to be I feel like it's going to end the night. That's just my thought.
Exactly. But they still haven't announced the title defense match, so we'll see about that.
A bunch of other matches are still coming, I know. But
this makes a lot of sense for it to end the night, and this is the conclusion. They're even calling it the conclusion, so it must be the conclusion of the Moonshine Mantell Kenny Alfonso feud. Kenny is amazing. He was our spotlight wrestler, independent wrestler last week, and this week he is going against the spotlight wrestler that we're going to talk about this week in Moonshine Mantell.
It's a spoiler, folks. Maybe it's not. Never mind.
No, I'm actually going to tell you about Moonshine.
Words are a problem tonight. Y'all missed it, but I had I went through like 4 tries to get the opening to this damn thing. So words are tough for JJ. Bear with me.
Yeah, so Moonshine Mantell, I wanted to do a quick spotlight on him since we're talking Journey Pro. So okay. Moonshine Mantell.
Oh, do you want to finish the match first? Because you missed the stipulation. Are you going to?
Oh, well, it's the last man standing. I'm sorry. It's the last person standing.
Yes.
This match will fuck. And when I tweeted about it, I did use AC/DC lyrics for it. Just FYI.
I loved it. I love that.
So. But Moonshine Mantell, he's been around for a while. He was in NWL as Maverick. That's where a lot of us local nerds know him. Mm-hmm. But he is a Texas boy. He's built like a brick shit house. He is intimidating. Like he's one of the few guys in this world that like legit scares me. Like when I go up and talk to him, like he's actually the nicest dude ever. But like when you actually like see the dude, he's like, oh, like he could make me pee myself if he really wanted to. Like he's that guy. But no, he's been very active so far in 2022. He is one of the head trainers along with Hoodie Howlett for the Journey Pro wrestling school, which is awesome. But so far this year, he's done St. Louis Anarchy, Journey Pro, of course, Central States Wrestling, used to be known as DWF. He's also done a lot with World Class Revolution, which is an Oklahoma and Texas-based promotion. And he's also done Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance as well so far this year. And it's still early. Guy's phenomenal. Go check him out. He is at Moonshine Mantell on Twitter. He also has a Pro Wrestling Tees site. He's got YouTube. Give dude a go. He is excellent, and like I said, he is built like a brick shit house. And dare I say, he's more shredding than Julian Sound, man.
he's a scary looking sumbitch, so that's for sure. And yeah, and he wanted to fight me at the last show too.
Yes, he did. That was great.
Go on Journey Pro and watch Journey Pro's Twitch and watch the replay if you don't know what I'm talking about. So very good spotlight. Cool. Moonshine. Awesome. So I want to see Moonshine I'd like to see him branch out just a little bit because I think it'd be cool to see him in a match maybe when GCW comes to St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
I think he'd fit well with some of the folks that run the GCW, contingency. So just Brett, if you're listening, you're not, but if you are, just saying. Okay. So links for Moonshine down below, all his stuff. Like Jamie said, go check him out. Well worth a follow. We're gonna get to Dynamite in just a second here. Before we did, I want to talk about Impact real fast. And for those of you who maybe still be on the fence, all I want to say is just direct yourself to the Twitter feed of Will Ospreay, who basically shot down any reason not to watch Impact Wrestling earlier this week. All the words that we've been saying, he put out there. And last week's show is, so they're gearing up. I think it's The week after, I don't remember exactly when it is, but coming up here very shortly in a few weeks, they have the 20-year anniversary of TNA/Impact Slammiversary. And
Yes.
so they're gearing up for that. They're setting up all the things going into it. And that was a lot of what this show was. Although you did get little gems like, I don't know, Jay White and El Phantasmo versus Josh Alexander and Tomohiro Ishii in a tag match. I mean,
Why not?
Just
Why
throw
not?
that in the middle of the fucking show. I mean, come on. But, the main event was their Gauntlet for the Gold, which is one of their quote unquote signature, they do tons of gimmick matches, right? But it was, it's basically it's basically a Royal Rumble that ends in we talked about this before. It's a Royal Rumble that ends with a 2-person, pinfall submission, right? So it was for the number one contender who's going to face off against Alexander at Slammiversary. And even though Shark Boy was in this,
what?
Yeah, Shark Boy made a reappearance. He did.
That's awesome.
He did a few chummers, did a double chummer, and was the first person eliminated.
Of course he was.
True Shark Boy fashion. No, Eric Young, your new number one contender. So at Slammiversary, you get Eric Young versus Josh Alexander. Somewhat surprising, I know, right?
That's very surprising.
I think so too. Well, you have Moose embroiled with Sami Callihan right now. So, I think, you might have Morrissey. I don't know. I like that because EY is is an old TNA stalwart, part Team Canada. I kind of dig that. And since he's gotten healthy again, he's been just as violent as he was before. So, former TNA world champion as well, Eric Young. So, it should be an entertaining main event. I'm really excited though. Was that?
I would think so.
Yeah, man. I mean,
it doesn't sound like it's gonna suck. That's for
no,
sure.
no. Eric Young's not past his prime. The women though had a groundbreaking announcement. So not too long ago, they had the first ever women's Ultimate X match, right? Well,
yeah.
Let's do another first for the 20-year anniversary. The first ever women's, or not, I shouldn't say women's, the first ever Queen of the Mountain match will happen off at Slammiversary.
That's a long time overdue.
So I was sure they had one in the past. I thought they did.
Me too, honestly.
Nope. Looked it up.
Interesting.
Nope. So for those of you not familiar, and we'll talk about this as we get closer to it, but King of the Mountain is the men's version, or Queen of the Mountain, Queen of the Mountain. It's a 5-person match, no holds barred, whatever, right? And the goal is, instead of a ladder match where you have to get the title down, you have to hang the title up on the hook. Once you King of the Mountain, right? The whole game when you're a kid. So if you do that, you win. Now, in order to qualify yourself as a person that can hang the title up, you have to get a pinfall in the match. Pinfall or submission will give you the right to hang the belt up, right? The person that you submit or generate the pinfall on has to go for, I think it's 2 minutes, into a literal shark cage on the outside of the ring. It's got so many components. The first time I saw it, I go, "What is this? What is this madness?" But
yeah,
it turns out to be one of the more entertaining matches. Jeff Jarrett, he might have been drunk as a skunk when he came up with the idea, but it's pretty cool. So,
probably true.
Mia Yim, newly announced Mia Yim, who returned. She's in it. Tasha Valkyrie's in it. Jordan Grace is in it. And Tasha Steele, of course, was in it as well. So, and Deonna Purrazzo. So, yeah, there you go. That match is going to fuck.
Deonna's getting her belt back.
Could be.
At Slammiversary. I don't think Tasha Steele's. No, sorry.
I don't think Tasha's walking out with it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Part of me wants to say Jordan Grace. I just have this feeling, but we'll see. We'll make picks later on. All right, so Impact stuff.
Gotta lose your belt soon.
Really good episode. Definitely check them out. Like I said, we'll talk more about Summerverse as we get closer to it. But we want to shift and talk about Dynamite because Dynamite last night was great. Once again, as a side note, Rampage was on early last week. It's on early again tomorrow, 6:00. It sucks. Ruby Soho did advance in the tournament. I do want to say that. Hey, Ruby. All right, that's all I want to say about Rampage. Let's talk about Dynamite, Jamie.
So we had 2 Jokers, not one, but yes, 2 Jokers. And I'm saving them. We're not even going to talk about them. We're saving them.
Okay.
Both of them.
Okay.
Both of them.
Both.
Mainly because, one is just because of who it is. And the second one is because the match was amazing. So let's just go right into right after the first match because that's the Joker match.
You're not going to go straight through the card. I got you here.
No. So after said first match, insert beep there. The Bucks confront the Hardys backstage, who just got the news that Jeff is medically cleared to wrestle. Blah blah blah. Who cares? Okay. Sets the stage for some shenanigans that could come up later. Let's just put a pin in that as well. After this, oh my god. Oh my god.
Match of the night. Match of. Oh my, yeah.
So Konosuke Takeshita versus Hangman Adam Page. And
Konosuke.
Sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. Damn it. I was messing up. Konosuke. But I do want to say the wardrobe of CM Punk on commentary was on point. That's all I gotta say about that.
Did you?
That gets us some people.
We're not going to dwell on it, but I don't know if you saw this, but there was a person who was criticizing his wardrobe on Twitter shortly thereafter.
Shocker.
Jackson Riker.
Oh, what?
Amazing, right? Yeah, and it's just like fuck.
The misogynist racist thinks that a woman's body is not her
Absolutely.
Her right.
And he's talking about find Jesus, telling Punk to find Jesus, and they're like, "Well, Punk's not a Christian, so that's not going to happen." And anyway,
so what's the easiest way you could say about this match? It fucked.
Amazing.
Like I do want to like spend time on other stuff, but like this match had everything that Hangman does well, and Takeshita. This is the 3rd time we've seen him actually wrestle in AEW. I believe it's his 3rd match. My God, the guy is phenomenal. Like, and everybody on the internet is going ape shit about it.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to say I was, for lack of a better term, I was kind of lukewarm on Konosuke. I was like, he's good. I don't mind him. He's kind of, he doesn't have much of a gimmick to him though. He's fine, right? Completely changed my entire opinion last night, right? It was his Wheeler Yuta busted open coming out. I mean, my God, this man can do fucking everything in a ring. It was unbelievable. We know Hangman can go. He's put on 5 and 6 star classics, right? But I don't want to say, because you know me and stars, but this is one of my favorite matches I have seen in a while. I'm putting this up there real close to that Briscoe's FTR match. You're giving it 5 stars. I know. You're going all for it.
Talk to the hand. Because it says 5. It's like the Looney song. I got 5 on it.
You got 5 on it? Yep. All right.
I do. I really do.
After this match is so good. Just go watch it. Just please go watch it.
Yeah, so after the fight, I mean, post-match, CM Punk stands in the entryway, stares down. They had a tense moment. Him and Hangman had that tense moment.
Oh, I forgot one thing I want.
Okay.
You forgot about how the match ended.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So, Hangman hits a tombstone.
Buckshot.
But then Konse got up at 2. He finished him with the buckshot, or he got him with the buckshot, and then he hit him with the GTS. 1, 2, 3. Hangman's your winner. I'm sorry,
but I love it as he hit the GTS. Punk's commentary, because I wrote this down here because I wanted to. Yeah, he just goes Punk, and it pans quickly back to the little smirk on his face, and he just goes, "Ooh, I got him right where I want him," as he's doing the GTS. Mind games. Ooh, this match is going to be unbelievable at Double or Nothing. I'm just saying.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm. It's a little bit over a week away, ladies and gentlemen. We got to put in our picks for me to regain my title.
Oh, you mean this title, the one that's permanently affixed over here because it's not going to be going anywhere? Okay, just wondering.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
How many times have you defended it successfully?
It doesn't matter. I have it. It is mine. We're gonna move on. We don't want to dwell on this. We're gonna talk about this. That's okay.
That's fine. It's fine. You had a quick promo of Fuego and the Dark Order. They'll be challenging the House of Black on Rampage. Feel sorry for those guys. Sorry.
Yeah, poor
Fuego's gonna die. Then you had Swerve and Keith Lee going against the Workhorsemen. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of like greatness you can talk about this match. It was over relatively quick. Swerve and Keith Lee get the dub.
I do want to say that the crowd at last night was on point. I mean, they were hot the whole night. But this match I don't have any comments on. Go for it.
Yeah, and then here we go again with Swerve and Keith Lee. Like they say they're a top 5 tag team now, and then the Hobbs and Starks thing. Like, just fight already. Fight already. And then whoever's, I really believe they should make it a triple threat at Double or Nothing.
Well,
with
they
Jurassic
did.
Express. They did. I know.
Jurassic Express came out and they did do that.
Did they?
Yeah, you must.
Oh, there it is. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Christian tells Ricky to shut the hell up. There it is. Yeah. Yep. Triple threat. Red Velvet's backstage with Tony, and whom Jade Cargill tells to cut the shit. Like, Jade's getting better, but like I'm just kind of getting over it.
She's falling on tropes. Is my problem with Jade. It's like she's, like the whole like I'm that bitch, and we were like, okay, get over it. Now she's doing this whole Tony cut the shit. It was funny when she first did it because it was natural, but now it's a catchphrase, and it's like, okay, you get over that.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, I cuss. I'm a wrestler who cusses everybody. I'm that bitch, and I say cut the shit. Ooh,
maybe you should have a match every once in a while. I'm edgy. Saying, whatever.
I'm edgy.
I want her to drop the belt. What do you think?
Oh God, please.
Okay.
Please.
I mean, we're both in agreement about her upside and potential in the future, right? She's got the look, physicality. She's still learning. She's getting better, but come on.
She needs to lose the belt to humble her and make her work harder, and then starts the chase. And Jade Cargill with the chase for the belt is better than Jade Cargill with the belt. I guarantee it.
It's a story.
Just like Hangman. Hangman was better without the belt, ladies and gentlemen. Like, hot take. He was better without it. Because as soon as he got it, what are you going to do? Oh, Thunder Rosa was way better without the belt. And now she's got the belt. Like, they've forgotten about her again. Plus, she's nursing an injury. So there's that. But, this is, the thing. It's just...
It's weird how that works. I'm with you, though. Yeah, I just think that if she's chasing the belt, it gives her a story to go through too, right? Let her grow into a storyline instead of just the baddies, whatever the fuck that is.
So you had the MJF segment after that. It was pretty solid, actually. I
love
MJF
Wardlow no
nearly vomiting. Yeah,
I love Wardlow no selling the first 7 whips.
Like it was nothing. Yes,
Didn't even move. Just goes, meh.
Yeah, he did no sell the shit out of that. Yeah, then no music, no nothing. MJF flips out before Spears got in there. Then Spears got a couple, and they had one more left. Wardlow chance. MJF kicked him in the nuts, and then punches him with the Dynamite Diamond. Like,
Yep.
that was your segment.
It was well done. It was different than the Cody Rhodes lashes. So I'm gonna give it that.
I mean, because you had Wardlow just no sell the shit out of it and just got under MJF's skin compared to the last time where it was Cody just everyone. Now it's just
overselling the fuck out of it, right?
Yeah, like Shawn Michaels Hogan. Like I'm gonna always use that as a reference.
So next week we got cage match with MJF being the ref.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one actually. Roppongi Vice is back together, everybody. I know everybody's really excited about that. Actually, I like them together. And they're challenging FTR.
I really like that.
I love that actually because this difference in styles.
Well, plus it's for it's for the titles that eluded them, right? ROH titles. So I'm for that.
So we had a death and a rebirth in the next match. And let me explain that, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Okay. I don't know where you're going with this.
We all know and love NXT Kyle O'Reilly. Right?
Right.
Love NXT Kyle O'Reilly.
Undisputed Era Kyle O'Reilly.
Yes, but you know what's better than the Undisputed Era Kyle O'Reilly?
The ROH Kyle O'Reilly?
The New Japan ROH Kyle O'Reilly. And he was reborn, brought back like a phoenix.
Oh, I see what you did there.
In his match for the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, Kyle O'Reilly versus Rey Fenix. Holy shit balls. They had two contrasting styles. One super technical, one high flyer, and you got magic in a bottle, ladies and gentlemen. This match was amazing.
I mean,
That's it.
It was like the first person that made a crow nut. It was just like, wow, I didn't even know we needed this in my life. But oh my God. Like, this is almost my match of the night. If it wasn't for, like, between this and Takeshita Hangman, I mean, I could just loop these two matches the whole night long, and be happy. Kyle O'Reilly's chest did look like a hamburger when they were done. I do want to say that.
It absolutely did. But I will have to say, Rey Fenix getting out of his comfort zone a little bit and not always having to do the high flying shit. He still did it. Don't get me wrong. Like, you have certain things he has to do.
Sure.
But like, this match had a lot of good things. Kyle O'Reilly ends up getting the submission win after going for the armbar, then into the leg hook. Very well done.
Fantastic match. Fantastic match.
Oh, yeah, because like it was off of Rey trying hitting that awesome Hurricane Rana right before it on the outside. So excellent match. After this, Jericho. Yeah, Jericho. Yeah. Do we have to talk about it?
No. So here's the only thing we'll say. Jericho wanted to do a stampede against the five of them. Wheeler's over in Japan doing the Super J's, right?
Yeah.
So he wanted to do a stampede at Double or Nothing against Moxley, Danielson, Eddie, who's goddamn, they loved Eddie down there, and Proud and Powerful. And then Moxley's like, fuck that noise, I don't want to do that. We'll do just some. So they're gonna do some sort of. It's not gonna be blood and guts, but it'll be some sort of like no disqualification, street fight, anarchy match. I don't know, whatever. So that's happening. Okay, cool.
Something, yeah.
Whatever. There's a few good gigs here and there, but it's the Jericho thing, man. He's a wizard.
Yeah, whatever. You did have a weird little rift between Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson, though, that I did pick up on. I kind of want to see that happen too.
I like the continuity because Jericho brought it up, but yes, remember when Kingston was like digging into Danielson when he first came in, this and that. So I like the continuity following that through and proving that even though they're going to be aligned for this match, they're not Blackpool members.
Yeah. Like, we're not cool. We're not cool.
Yeah, we'll fight, but
Yeah. It doesn't make us cool. All right. After this, you had the other Owen Hart foundational tournament match. I'm gonna put a pin in that for just a second.
Excuse me, sorry.
Then you had Jeff Hardy with Matt Hardy going against Adam Cole, baby. And it kind of did what you expected it to do.
It was not
It was
very
more
long.
about after. No, it was not. It was more about after the match with this one.
It absolutely was. Cole, of course, won. There's no way he wasn't going to win.
Yeah. Cole's making the finals.
Cole's going to win the whole thing. I'm just saying that right now. That's my.
Yeah, I think that was both of our picks. Like
I don't think that's a stretch.
No, it's Cole's to lose, honestly. But yeah, it's definitely after when just all hell broke loose. Do you want to get into that?
Yeah, so Cole, Matt was at ringside, whatever. And it was a clean win, too. It actually was a legit clean win by Cole. He did jump him before the bell, but whatever. Matt's coming and checking on him, and Cole's like he's going to do a super kick on Matt. No. You're right. No, I'm good. I'm good, bro. So, all right, there's all that. And then out come the Bucks, right? And they're gonna do a super kick on the Hardy brothers, which they continue to kind of go along this dream match of the Hardys versus the Bucks. I don't know if it's my dream anymore to really see that, but I think you do want to see it once,
5 years ago is a dream match.
5 years ago, and it happened too. It for the ROH tag titles. Okay, never mind. That never happened. Okay, I'm getting away from that.
That's not part of the ACU, the AEW Cinematic Universe.
Okay, all right. Woman in black, you here? Clink. All right, no. So they're setting all that up, right? And then but they catch them, and then they turn around, and then Cole double clotheslines them, and they beat the shit out of them. And then out comes Sting and Darby Allin, and then out comes Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and they just all fight all this stuff. Things happen, and the Undisputed Elite's kind of left standing tall in the ring after beating up a bunch of old guys in Darby. So I don't really care a lot about this, honestly.
It's getting old already. It's like putting them in a program just so we can get the Bucks and the Hardys. That's it.
You don't need to do that. You just book that match.
You know,
have it. Just book it because that headline alone will sell the ticket. We'll sell the card, right?
It will, but here's the thing. I think that they're planting seeds on this. Okay. And I think it actually, because knowing AEW and especially knowing the Bucks, they always do things very deliberately.
You're not wrong.
And I feel like this is the moment. Like after this match, they turn face again. And then we start our feud between the Elite and the Undisputed Elite.
Okay. So you do you feel like, and are you still on the ilk of they are there to? So let me surmise what you're guessing here, because I think I can read between the lines. So we talked about Hangman, how he's better at the chase, right?
Yep.
And I think we both at one point in time said it'd be a good time for him to drop the belt to CM Punk. So
yes, I agree.
Are you saying they're going to be there as baby faces to pick up their old buddy Hanger and get him out of the rut?
Yep, absolutely. Okay. And then you start the factions going to each other.
Yes.
Yeah. And then when the dust settles on that at All Out, insert the Omega Man.
Kenny Omega. Yep. who's reportedly he's backstage now, working in his like official capacity, not necessarily a talent. He's still fucked up from all the surgeries.
Yeah. But he's alive, folks. He's alive and well.
I don't hate that idea. I can see that. I want him to get past this because you're right. They're obviously doing this for the match. And like I said, I don't feel like you have to for the match alone. The match you could just book.
Yeah. And it'd be a banger.
It's probably going to happen at Double or Nothing. Let's be honest. So good.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's going to happen at Double or Nothing. All right. So let's go ahead and talk some Jokers, shall we? I'm going to talk about my favorite Joker, and then we're going to talk about the one who had the best match.
Okay.
So Britt Baker had a Joker. And fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, Tommaso Ciampa was at Disney with two of his best friends, Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. And when he posted it on Instagram or whatever, he goes, "Hey, look, I'm with these two Jokers." And everybody went nuts with that.
Yep.
But that was not to be. He was just pulling everybody's leg, at least on one of them. And that was the Britt Baker match. Britt Baker went up against none other than Maki Itoh.
Who is cutest in the world?
So yes, Maki Itoh made her illustrious return to AEW. Crowd went bonkers for her. As they should. She should be a part of the roster full time. I love me some goddamn Maki Itoh. She's my spirit animal. And she just needs to be on my TV screen every Wednesday and Friday. And at least one of the 3 women's matches that should be on both shows combined.
Yes. This was, like you said, the only women's match of the night, but it was fun. We got all the Maki Itoh tropes, right? You know, it's interesting because they have a history, right? Because she brought Maki Itoh in during her previous feud with, was it Thunder Rosa? I can't remember who she was feuding with at the time, but
yeah, it was. I don't remember who it was.
It doesn't matter. It was at
Swole. That was with her Swole thing.
The Swole thing, yeah, that was around Revolution 2020.
Yep.
Yes. But you know, it was good fun. She did all the Maki Itoh thing, but they kind of did the whole like, you know, we're friends, and then at the beginning she's all like, "You're gonna lie down. You're gonna do like the whole like, you know, gonna lie down. Let me pin you real fast" bit, and of course she tries to get her to roll up, and they have an actual match. And I'm with you. I would love to see Maki Itoh. I don't know if they will or not, but it'd be great if he did sign her.
Oh, dude. Just give me a damn AEW white Maki Itoh shirt or gray Maki Itoh shirt or red Maki Itoh shirt or pink. I don't care. As long as it's not a God bless him black wrestling t-shirt, I will buy it.
But it is a pretty sweet shirt, you got to admit.
It is. I mean, it is the cutest shirt in the entire world. But yes, so Maki Itoh made her illustrious return. And it makes
she was one of the names I think you were throwing out there, because it's like pretty much Candice LeRae, Athena, and then Maki Itoh were the ones. And you were pretty consistent with a lot of people as well that were predicting somewhere in the middle of those 3. Yeah, that was the predominant favorites. So,
and speaking of calling things, let's talk about the other Joker match, the one that opened the show, Samoa Joe. And I called this, ladies and gentlemen. Mark it down for the Markstradamus. I called Johnny would be the person that he was gonna fight. It was Johnny Gargano. But he went up against none other than Johnny Elite, also known as John Morrison. And oh my God.
I don't think that gets a stamp, Jamie. I'm sorry.
It should. I called Johnny. Like, Johnny Five's alive, you know? Half our listeners probably like, what
quick
the
stamp.
Fuck did you just say?
I know, you're like, go on.
That's a short circuit reference,
number
ladies and
number
gentlemen.
number 5 alive.
Oh,
I love
yeah,
that movie so much. I'm sorry.
it's so good. The second one when he's all gold afterwards when he died. Oh
I
my god, I
know.
cried. I cried a little bit when I was a kid.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry, tangent on an old movie. All right. So Johnny Elite versus Samoa Joe. This match wasn't necessarily very long, but it was fun as hell.
It was. I mean, first of all, Joe's slaps they're not quite Walter or Gunther-esque, but they're damn close. And oh my god, you know, no matter what you feel about Morrison, Johnny Elite, Johnny Impact as he was known when he was in Impact, you know, Johnny whatever, you know,
Johnny Elite.
He has got just stupid skill about him, and he's consistent ever since I've seen him, right? He's a consistent performer, so this was a shitload of fun to open the show.
Yeah, my god. So Joe won, of course, with he had a muscle buster, 1, 2, 3. Again, brought back the muscle buster. Makes my heart happy just saying that out loud. But so after that, Sanjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, and all them, whatever, they hit Joe with a lead pipe in the ballroom. That's a Clue reference, ladies and gentlemen. That's a Clue reference.
Throwing out the references there.
I do what I can. I
appreciate it. That movie was amazing. I remember like when you got that. Okay, we're going back. So I remember when the theatrical release came out, they actually had 3 separate endings, and depending on where you saw it, you saw one of the endings. And I didn't see it in the theaters, so we watched it on video. We rented it on videotape. Sorry we're dating ourselves here, people, but whatever.
There's a thing called VHS.
It was on VHS. We got it from Blockbuster. It might actually have been from Hollywood Rent. Anyway, we rented it, and because we heard it was real good, and I like playing the board game, so cool. So we watched through it, and then did the ending, and went through all 3 endings in a row, and we're like, this is amazing. And then we found out that's like, oh no, if you saw it in theaters, you actually just got one of those 3 endings. It's like, how ingenious! Like this is like 1980, 88 or something, 89, right? It's like brilliant. Sorry, there's my movie tangent for the night. All right.
Yeah, no, I totally thought it was Mrs. White the entire time. Actually, no, I thought it was Miss Peacock. The Peacock.
She's a little too obvious to me. I like it when they do like Colonel Mustard because it's like, what?
Yeah, that was great. Mm-hmm. That was great. And then when Mr. Green was the FBI agent, that was great too.
That was the best. That was my favorite.
I really enjoyed the Jesus. Yeah, we're really dating ourselves right now, ladies
going
and gentlemen.
back, so that's okay.
And then to end on this, I know you called this out. I'll let everybody know. Tomorrow, May 20th, is my birthday. I will be the same age as Jackie Robinson's number for anybody who knows any kind of baseball. If you don't, he's the one number that's retired in all of baseball. So there you go.
A very political way to dance around that, but no, happiest of birthdays to you. Last year our show was on your birthday, and this year, we're just off by a day. So.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
Yeah, last year.
And last year, our birthday was on your birthday. Yeah.
So I'm guessing that this year my birthday is going to be a day after one of our shows.
I'd have to look. Yeah.
But no, happiest of birthdays to you, Jamie. Most definitely. Do you girls have any big plans? Well, I know your daughter's graduating, so.
Yeah, my daughter's graduating. That's the big plan. We were gonna my sister. My sister and I were gonna go get matching tattoos for our mother who passed away 9 years ago.
Okay.
But the person we wanted to go see is going to be at the Kansas City convention, is completely booked up. Like they have a tattoo convention going on. So that kind of sucks. And my oldest daughter who's graduating wanted a tattoo as well. So we're just going to make a thing of it. But then, yeah.
Okay, well.
So that kind of stuff kind of got in the way. So yeah, no.
You do belated.
Go watch the graduation.
Do it belated. Get a tattoo session. So.
Yeah, and we're gonna do that, or I was gonna start my sleeve if my sister can't go, so I was just gonna get my homage to horror sleeve.
Are you going left? I thought you were gonna go to right.
No, my right I already got stuff. But my left is because it's a blank canvas, and I was gonna do a 3/4 sleeve. I've decided to go to the full 3/4.
That's where I started. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, like I was
there
gonna do like all my horror stuff. Like I was gonna have the Umbrella Corporation and of course a puzzle box or Pinhead
do it
and all that stuff. But it's all good. Instead of being in black and gray, it's gonna be like in red and burgundy, like like a blood hue, if you will. Everything will be in that kind of thing, so it'd look really cool.
I've seen some cool ones that haven't done that, like black with red, red, but like black, to kind of get the lines and stuff, and little light highlights in there to kind of pop. It's a good look, and it's not one of those that's gonna age terribly too. Like sometimes you get people that go into a monochromatic, non-black, like. It just doesn't age well, like if you go into like depending on your skin tone. I'm going way off topic here. Oh my god, sorry. No. Happiest of birthdays to you, Jamie. For real. So please wish Jamie a happy birthday. Give him a comment down below. I'll tell you what. Give him a comment down below and let him know what your favorite horror movie is. Or give us a tweet. That's a good way to celebrate Jamie on his birthday.
What's your favorite scary movie?
All right. Well, I don't have anything else. Did you have anything else you want to go over here?
No. This was fun.
Overall, I thought it was a great episode of Dynamite. Need more women. I'm going to keep saying that. Sorry.
100% need more women on that show.
They did have a good Serena Deeb promo, even though she struggled through it a little bit, before the main event. She ended it well. There. She ended it very well, and then, of course, it ended with her. Thunder Rosa came out, and she beat her, and then took the belt with her. But, it's good to at least get some face time that they're giving there. Mm-hmm. But still could use another match, Tony. I'm just saying.
I'd agree with that statement. 100%.
All right, so next week, we will be in preparation for Journey Pro's Headlocks for the Cure. Headlocks. Plural. Headlocks. I keep wanting to say headlock. I don't know why. It feels like that's grammatically more correct, but I also didn't book this show. Headlocks for the Cure. As I said before, tickets still available. So next Friday, the 27th, at Agnes, 13th and Agnes in Kansas City, Missouri, 7 o'clock first bell. Great time had by all. We'll have more matches coming up, I know, in the next week here. Keep an eye out. We got some stuff that we're releasing next week in preparation as well for the show. And I want to make one final note on Journey Pro. If you haven't already, there's a podcast out there done by Tony Hawk and I can't remember the other dude. Okay.
Tony.
Yeah, but they're on YouTube. You can find them on Spotify, Apple, the whole 9 yards. Their most recent interview was with one of the owners of Journey Pro, our good friend DJ Stewart. If you don't know DJ, you haven't heard his story, go check out this podcast. It's great. It's funny. It's very insightful. DJ has such a beautiful view on life because of the experiences that he's been through. And if you did not know, it would amaze you as positive of a person as he is. So please go check that out as well. I'll link it down below. And then of course we got after Journey Pro we'll have. Also next week we gotta get our picks in too because Journey Pro's on Friday, Double or Nothing's on Sunday, and I got a belt to defend. So we'll have some extra stuff next week. We'll talk about it.
Correction. You have a belt to lose. All
right. Well, we will go through the motions and see who remains the champion. It's going to stay in the J Money Club. I mean, I found a perfect mounting place for it. Come on. Look how good that is.
I know.
Right there.
Since you've brought bad luck to it because you put it up there like, I'm the champion. Everybody look at me. Acknowledge me.
What the... Was that Mr. Hanky doing Roman Reigns?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I think that's all we got time for tonight, folks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week. More Journey Pro stuff. Dynamite. Preparation of Double or Nothing. Jamie, take us home, birthday boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not down with Total Spotfest, I got 2 words for you. Maki Itoh!
See you next time, guys.
Peace.